I will be going over some of the jig heads that I purchased for blackfishing. Most of the jig heads were purchased on eBay, and one recently via direct email. And I got his information from one of John Skinner's videos where he was catching blackfish or togs with the wobble head. I'll share the details on pricing and usernames on eBay so you can get these if you're interested in using it. Up to this point, I have had not too much luck using jig heads. I used it once out on the jetty, got snagged twice, and I kind of gave up because it was windy, cold, and no one was out there actually. So I think the cold has pushed the fish out into deeper waters. So I'm planning to go on a boat in a couple of days, and I'll be trying out the jig heads again, and then I'll be using the modified Snafu Rig that I've been using on the boat to catch blackfish. This is a modified version where one hook just slides up and down, this guy, and then two hooks can go on a single crab, or the crab can be cut in half, and it could be slid down and it'll look like a whole crab. One thing about using these is that it's just known to work. I've caught 32-inch striper on it. I've caught togs. I've caught things that I didn't want to catch were like burgalls and smooth dogfish, spiny dogfish, things like that. So I'll be using two rods on the boat, one with the modified Snafu Rig and one with the jig, and I'll see if one outfishes the other by a whole lot. It's not an apples to apples comparison. It's hard to say one outfishes the other unless there's a huge difference. So I guess I'm trying to see if it's like day and night. We'll see. This one is from Tin Man Tackle, and this is the one that was being used by John Skinner in one of his videos. So I purchased a handful, and this happens to be a 2-ounce jig. And on the boat, I typically use 6 to 10-ounce sinkers. So I kind of went a little heavier with these jig heads to make sure that they sink fast enough, because I do not want to tangle with other anglers out there, and I just want to make sure they can get to the bottom quickly. Okay, so this Tin Man tackle, and it's supposed to wobble as you move it, and that's why it's called a wobble head. And this is a 1.5 ounce, just a banana jig. I'll share the details below, and nothing special about it. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then these three are actually from one seller. I bought a lot from this seller, TNA Jigs, and they sell a lot of these. As you can see, one kind of stays up like that, and the other one falls to the side. And supposedly these snag less and is better presentation because the hooks are up and the fish can get to it better, but I don't know. And this is to use with white leggers, and I've actually bought heavier weights for these guys. I wish I bought 2-ounce, 1-ounce jigs as well, but I think I bought anywhere from 3 to 6 ounce, maybe even an 8. Just wanted to show you what it looked like. So it looks like a white legger, well, with some, I guess, sparkly things in it to draw attention. So these are the weights, KTS Custom Fishing Products. And finally, Jonny Jigs. This looks nice. And I got a handwritten note, so you know that it's handmade, made in USA. Okay, so this is a 3.5 ounce, and I don't know how many of these jigs I'll get to. I'll try to capture on video what I'm using at the time, and I'm envisioning there'll be snags on wrecks. We'll see what happens. And I'm showing these reels here because I'll be using these too. Actually, I bought the left hand retrieve when I actually wanted the right hand retrieve, so this will be going in the mailbox, and a new one will come in tomorrow, and I'll be doing an unboxing of the right-handed version of the Daiwa Alexa HD 400. So with the Thorium 16, I'll be using the modified Snafu Rig with 6 to 8 ounce sinkers. Based on how deep we go and what the current looks like, maybe I'll even go lighter, heavier, I don't know. But 6 to 8 is the normal for me. And then with the Alexa, I'm planning to use the jig heads. And using a 55-pound braid on the Alexa, and I believe this one has 50 on it with a 50-pound fluorocarbon. So, alrighty.